Okay, so I had my rant. I'm going to continue. This is part two of my narcissistic abuse experience with a narcissist. So I finished off at part one saying that, she was nice and everything. So I thought, and she was caring and concerning and listening and taking notes about everything that I was telling her, my mannerisms, how I was acting, so on and so forth, and started utilizing my spirituality against me because she knew how important that was to me. So I told her that I was moving back to Savannah, Georgia from Conroe, Texas, because my heart was in Savannah. Even though I'm from New York, I did not want to go back to New York. So she took it upon herself to buy me a one-way ticket to Savannah. And it was like, oh, this is just me being a friend to you. I know that you're going through a hard time, blah, 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 yada, yakety, smackety, laying it on thick. And then she was like, you shouldn't be afraid because life is going to get better for you. Things are going to happen for you, yada, 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 yada. And if you're afraid, is because there's still some stuff in your childhood that you need to work on. And so you have to go in and reach deep into the inner child. And, I can help you with that because I'm a coach and da, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm over here, stupid ass, just drinking the Kool-Aid. So I, which should have known better, allowed her to have that permission and power to talk to the little child inside of me because she thought that that would have helped me to become more stronger when dealing with the situation of separating from my ex-wife is concerned, and to be more spiritual and one with my spirit guides and so on and so forth, like I wasn't already. So went ahead and bought the ticket or whatever. And so I let my ex-wife know. I'm like, hey, I'm moving back to Savannah, this time, this date. And, this marriage is done. Like I said before, I thought about it for a long time, and it's time for me to move forward. It's time for you to move forward. And she knew about said person, and she was like, she likes you. And I feel like you love her, and you may be falling in love with her because the same way you looked at me is the same way you look at her, yada, 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 yada. Which in hindsight, that was beginning to happen. But I didn't expect that to happen. Narcissists, they will do all types of stuff to paint a pretty picture, love bomb, do this for you, do that for you, but it's coming from the kindness of their heart. So I decided, okay, well, I'm leaving this day, this time. So me and my ex-wife decided to have a last dinner together because I didn't want to leave the relationship or marriage on bad terms. And got back to the house, and my friends were texting me and stuff. They're like, why'd you go to dinner with her? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, let me do things in my own way. So my ex-wife got back into the house, and she was like, were you talking to her? I said, I'm talking to several people that would hit me up. And, she slams her hand on the table, and she was like, I know you were cheating on me. And da, da, da. I'm like, I'm not cheating on you because I told you who this person was. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go sleep at my friend's and jump on my flight. So I left, and she started blowing up my phone, my ex-wife, and I just did not respond. At that point, I was done. So I get to my friend's, and I stayed there for 2 days before my flight. At that time, I was crying, I was emotional, I was vulnerable. I didn't know which way was up or down. And the narcissist was calling me, are you okay? Is everything okay with you? Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, and I had coaching clients that I was working with. I was like, hey, from this hour to that hour, I'm going to be busy because these people paid me money. And so I have to make sure I show up and show out for my clients because that's the right thing to do. So I was out of commission from the phone, crying, speaking to my mom and my sister. She was calling me, and I hit send to voicemail. Then I texted her, said I'm speaking to my family members, and then I'm getting on the phone with some clients. When I did get a chance to talk to her, you dipped. Where were you? You're lying about where you say you was gonna be, and you're not at your friend's house, and I can tell something's going on. And I'm like, what the fuck? But silly me, because I was going through what I was going through, was not paying attention to the beginning of the gaslighting, the manipulation, the love bombing, the abuse. It started right there and then. So we started just talking back in April, and this was like end of May or something. And that's when it started, and I didn't even realize what it was. And I'm like, no, 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 I'm sorry that I made you feel that way or whatever. but I was literally talking to my mom and my sister, my friend that I'm here chilling with, and my clients. So why would you feel like I'd be doing this, that, next, and that third? Like, it just didn't make no sense to me. So I brushed it off, kept it moving, because again, I am in a space of just leaving the ex-wife in separation mode, trying to figure out how I was going to get my car from Texas to Savannah if I was going to turn it into the dealership. I had so many different things going on in my mind, and plus getting to Savannah, figuring out where I was going to stay, and all these different plans and things going on. So I wasn't really paying attention to the red flags. So the next day, another friend of mine comes and gets me, takes me to the airport, and she's back to normal. Oh, like, hey, have a good trip. You know, everything's going to be fine. I'm here for you, yada, 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 da, 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 da. So touchdown in Savannah, all is well. Text her, let her know that I got there okay. And I stayed at a friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. So I was staying there, and we was getting groceries and hanging out, and she calls. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm with my friend and we're getting groceries. I texted you that like 10 minutes ago. Well, I didn't hear from you. I thought something was wrong. And I'm like, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. And she blew up. And that's part 3.